I'm Kevin O'Hara from Alcohol Mastery, and welcome to Stop Drinking Alcohol Week 34. This week I'm going to answer 3 different comments. 2 are from YouTube and 1 is from over on the website. The first comment is from Joe Mahoney, and he says, so Kevin, a friendly question. What would you say to a fellow who keeps on trying to quit but can only do it for a week or so? The obvious answer is keep going, keep trying. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's the worst thing you can do. What else are you going to do? You know, you're going to quit quitting? Are you going to stop trying altogether? For most of us, it's all about dealing with something outside, and the alcohol just happens to be like a tool that we're using, a convenient tool. It's sort of legal. You can get it down at any bar. You can go to off-ice and get it. It's all over the place. Most people are trying to search for something in their lives, or they're trying to escape from something. I mean, it's to hide pain in their lives, to find some happiness, to escape from drudgery, to find peace. You know, there's so many different reasons why people turn to alcohol. I think once we can find out what the things are that we're hiding from, or what we're looking for, it becomes easier to sort of look for other things that you can replace them with, you know, healthier things. That, you know, that's exactly what happened to me. It was, I had to change where I was living and basically look at myself and, you know, take a long, hard look at myself, as they say, you know, before I could discover my own reasons. And then once I'd done that and I'd changed my environment, it was, you know, it was just a matter of time, you know. It took me a year after moving to Spain before I finally gave up the alcohol, but once I did, that was it, you know. So you have to really know where you're starting from in order to get where you're going, that sort of thing. So anyway, I wish you the best of luck, Joe. The next 2 questions are sort of pretty similar. One's from YouTube and the other one's from over on the website. The first one from YouTube is from a guy called Robert Roper, and he says, did you ever worry, oh, it's too late? And the next is from John over on the website, and he says, just found your site, sitting here drinking alone, feeling about as bad as a man can feel. Started drinking at 16, I'm now 62, a life of sorrow and regret. Tried to stop many times, always come back to it. It's like I'm committing suicide in slow motion. So glad for you. Bless anyone who can escape this trap. So I'll answer both comments at once by saying it's really never too late to stop. It's never too late to quit. It's never too late to try anything. A lot of the questions that I get on the website and on YouTube are from young men and women. Some of them are in their early 20s, and some of them are even younger. They're in their late teens, that kind of thing. And you know, they're thinking about quitting drinking. They don't want to drink anymore, or they're just starting to question their routines and their habits and stuff. And more power to them. I'm glad that I can offer some kind of advice to people like that. You know, my son is 21, and I've said here a few times I wish he'd listen to me. You know, but often the person who you don't want advice from is your own father. So, but having said that, a lot of the times I look at young people and think, you know, I wish I was I'd have copped onto myself when I was that young. But there's nothing I can do about that. I didn't. I am who I am now. I'm the age I'm at, and this is what I've got to deal with. This is where I've got to start from. So as soon as I start thinking it's too late to do anything, then it really is too late. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm breathing, it's not too late. As another example of this, my dad, who was in hospital fairly recently, he had several heart attacks. When I went in to visit him up at the hospital, I'd never seen as many tubes and machines, and you know, he was in this room on his own, and there was, you know, I didn't think he was going to come out. The doctors all said that it wasn't looking good, that we had to prepare ourselves for the worst. So they said basically that a lot of stuff, you know, his body was shutting down, and a lot of his internal organs and stuff were not able to cope with the levels of abuse that he'd given to over the years, and it was mostly to do with his diet and basically living like a rich man. He's not a rich man, but it's like what most of us do in this day and age. Now I have to meet the guy tonight. We're going out to one of our favourite restaurants in the town, and I saw him the other day, and he's walking far better than I've seen him walking in a long time. He's lost a lot of weight, and basically because he's changed his ways. He's stopped drinking and he's changed his diet. He's become almost a vegetarian. He's stopped eating most dairy, and he's stopped eating most meat products. So, you know, he's really made the effort to do something different in his life, and, you know, more power to him. The guy's 80, and I think he's going to get another few years out of his life, whereas if he didn't change, he'd be lucky if he lasted out this year. The other day we were at my partner's birthday meal down at the local Indian restaurant, and my dad came, and I said to him, I said, "Dad, do you miss the wine?" And he said, "Yeah, sometimes, but I'd miss breathing a lot more." So that's it. So, John, really, I just wanted to say, you know, you're never too old to, especially to change something like this, because it can really alter your life for the better. So please don't give up trying, you know, and I wish you all the best, and thanks for commenting. There's a guy called Wayne Dyer who has some great stories about what he calls shoulda, coulda, woulda, and he's basically talking about things that you should have done in the past, things that you could have done in the past, or when you're looking back, things that you would have done differently. And basically there's no point in doing it, because you can't change anything. All you can do is change what you're doing at the moment. You can't alter the future even, because, you know, like, the future has got so many different alternatives, you know, that you can set yourself down the path, and although you know the general direction that you're going to go, you just don't know which little turns you're going to find on the road. You don't know which crossroads you're going to come to, and you're going to have to make decisions. There's so many different variables that can happen to change things. So the only place that you can actually do something is in the here and now, in this moment. For me, it's always going to be about trying to improve myself. You know, I've spent years drinking, but that's in the past. I can't do anything about that now. If I had that type of a mentality where I just stopped, I'd have never given up the cigarettes, because it took me a long time to quit smoking. I was smoking for well over 30 years, and I must have tried to give up at least 100 times. So if I'd have stopped trying after the 10th time, or the 20th time, or the 50th time, then, you know, I'd still be smoking now. I'd still probably be drinking now, you know. It's just, you have to keep looking at it, looking back at the things and thinking, well, where did I go wrong, and trying to learn something from it at least, you know. But the biggest thing is just not to give up. Keep going, keep going, keep going until you quit. You know, don't, if you fail, don't look back at yourself and go, well, you know, you can't quit because you're useless or whatever. Don't put down on yourself. Everybody fails. You know, there's a saying that the only way that we really learn anything is by failure, by making mistakes in life. So that's about enough from me for another few days. The channel has reached over 200 subscribers over the weekend, so thank you very much for that. Sometimes it's difficult for me to just sit here and talk to the camera lens, and, you know, it's hard to connect with people and stuff. I really appreciate all the stories, all the questions, and especially all the comments that people are leaving on the website and here on YouTube. I'm only off the alcohol for 9 months, and before that I was drinking for 30 years. So, you know, I'm only learning myself, all about myself, and I'm trying to read as much as I can to try and understand myself a bit better. And I think by understanding myself, I can sort of help other people. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope nothing that I say offends anyone. That's the last thing I want to do. But and I hope you keep coming back and listening, hoping that you get something out of it and that you'll I can help you change. So until next time, thanks very much again. My name's Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.